And good evening.
Good evening.
What's going on?
Well, in Chicago,
A
a
little
lot.
bit of this, a little bit of that, eh?
We got a lot on this bull spit plunk bears whatever talk.
This is special bull spit plunk bear talk.
That's what we got tonight. Yeah,
Absolutely.
a lot going on. Some good
And
stuff.
in news, in Chicago news, we have a new quarterback.
Welcome to the city, Mr. Caleb Williams.
As expected.
Yes, thank it's over. Oh,
Right.
so glad this draft. Oh, so glad.
Seriously. I mean, now all we have is months in the summer of talking about
every single thing Caleb does well, not well, says, doesn't say.
Oh, yeah. With a fine tooth comb.
Woof, everything. Like they already were doing before he even got picked.
Yeah. Whether it's true or not.
Exactly. It was just, but I guess that's the life of a highly touted athlete who is coming to a quarterback starved city. We've had quarterbacks who had good moments and bad moments. Terrible quarterbacks, okay quarterbacks. Could have been good quarterbacks. Never going to be good quarterbacks.
Never going to be good quarterback.
that has been the life of the Chicago Bears quarterback situation.
It's been a hell of a ride.
It has.
It's been a hell of a ride, and I'm looking forward to hopefully finally saying we have a Bears quarterback whose jersey you actually want.
Well, oh no, okay. Whose jersey can last past a year?
Yeah, because a lot of players. There were some Trubisky
There were
jerseys.
Fields jersey. There were Trubisky. I had a Grossman.
Grossman jersey.
There were Cutler jerseys. Never a Glennon jersey.
No.
I don't even think there were any Dalton or Foles jerseys out there.
I hope not.
Pretty sure there weren't any Cordero. That's Cordarrelle. That's T. Nick. Cordell Stewart. I'm sure there weren't any of those or Henry Burris. There were a few Kyle Ortons. There were plenty of McMahons, still some McMahons.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we can have, because I remember even when people bought the Fields jersey, like, oh yeah, this is a forever jersey.
Didn't turn out like that, did
it? So hopefully these can be a proud to wear 4 years later jersey.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be proud.
Hopefully in 4 years it'll be like more people buying
jerseys
because he won us a Super Bowl.
Yes, that would be great. But yeah, it'll be something. It's gonna be exciting. It's going to be annoying. It's gonna be all those things.
You know, the football gets talked about all year round. It's the shortest season, but it gets the most press no matter what.
And after a while, it gets a little tiresome because you're saying the same thing and you can't see anything. So you're doing a bunch of like maybes. We hope so. Could be.
I was so glad when Justin got traded, just so we could stop talking about
it.
About keeping Justin or Caleb. You know, like I was like, fine, good. Just stop talking about it.
Right. You know, one of the things dreading that's gonna happen is the first bad series or two of Caleb. We could have kept Justin Fields for that.
Oh yeah,
because remember it happened with Justin and Trubisky. Well, we could have kept Trubisky for that.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna happen.
As soon as they doesn't look great, we'll be ready to toss him. I will be.
It's a shame.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm an erratic fan.
It it's a shame because you got to give the man time, but
nah, we ain't got time, son. Need this to happen like now.
Yeah, we really do. And hoping that it, you would love to see CJ Stroud type of season.
Yes. Get us to the
That would be great.
playoffs.
We don't want to see Bryce Young.
No.
No.
Like we can't see Bryce. Like we have too good of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Not that the team is great, but we have too good of a team for it to end like Bryce Young's season.
Mm-hmm.
By default, it should be. Put it like this: I can't imagine Caleb being worse than Justin Fields.
Right. I can't imagine that either.
And as long as he's not worse, it's a win because you got him on a rookie contract still.
Mm-hmm.
Still got your time to develop him. Poles and Warren, they got their guy that they, so there's more upside to having Caleb as quarterback this year versus keeping Justin.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, Justin was never gonna. There was always gonna be an issue. That's why you kind of almost just wanted him to be traded because he wasn't gonna. He didn't have a shot.
No.
And the first time he threw an interception, which happens, but the first time he throws an interception, even though the fans said that we want Fields, there were still too many that didn't. And if he were to be bad and Caleb Williams goes someplace and is great,
oh my God, it would have been a travesty.
Yes, so it worked out best. The Steelers didn't pick up his 5th-year option for Justin, but somebody's gonna get him because they're still quarterback star of teams. So he'll get a job, and even if he's a backup, hey, Chase Daniels is an extremely rich man.
Yes, he is,
and is quite healthy. Doesn't
walk
with a limp.
Will be an extremely rich man.
Hey, I'd take that backup job. Just sit there with a clipboard, be healthy for me and my family.
And out of how many teams are in the NFL?
32.
32. Out of all 32 teams, he could start on a number of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's still a lot of not quality backups. So and there's still some, depending on what happens with some of these quarterbacks that were picked this year, there might be opportunities because they may fail. Like, okay, if Bryce Young has another year like this, they might be looking for Justin.
Yeah.
Or still Pittsburgh could just re-sign him if the Russell Wilson thing doesn't work out because they're both just on 1 year. Yeah, I sure won't. Justin will probably be starting after Game 6.
Yeah,
they'll give him a shot.
Which will give us that higher pick.
Yeah.
If he starts more than half of the season.
So we got Caleb Williams and then Rome Odunze.
Now, I was a little surprised by that pick. It's not a bad pick. I just thought they would have went for an edge rusher, but what do I know?
Nothing.
You're right.
Neither do any of us.
Jack shit.
Some people are scouts have compared Rome to like a Devontae Adams or even Keenan Allen. And so if nothing else, he's also kind of like a security blanket because Keenan Allen can't really stay healthy.
Right.
And he gets to grow with his quarterback.
This is true. And he's happy. He gets to go and have Caleb Williams throw to him.
Right. Yeah. And they had like this thing called reception perception. They had his success by route. And so corner route, post route, post route, he has this 83.9% success rate catching. An out is 81%, a dig is 85.7%, curl 79.6%, flat 88%. screen 100%, slant 87.2, and they say he scored like higher than some of the top ones, Neighbors and Marvin Harrison, so Junior. So I think the wide receiver room is good to go.
Seems like it.
Quarterback room is good to go.
Now, who's our backup quarterback?
That was getting ready to say I think I would have liked a better backup, but
we got what's his name? Young boy. I-State.
Tyson Bagent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to get dropped at some point.
Bayesian King.
Let him come in. Let Caleb be struggling or get hurt, and Tyson comes in again. Will it be like the Tyson Bagent versus Justin Fields all over again?
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's see. Ryan Bay. No, that's else. Let's see. Yeah, so Tyson Bagent really is it.
I thought they were gonna draft. I thought they were gonna trade down too.
Because they only have 4 picks, right?
Huh?
They only have 4 total picks, right?
I'm not even sure.
I think so. I think that's all they have. They're still, well, I guess maybe they'll just get some undrafted people. Because they still, to me, they still need help on their lines. I don't know. Well, I mean, let's see what they do with their next 2 picks. Brett Ripien. Is that how you say his name? He's QB3, Brett. Rypien. That's QB2 for the Bears.
Okay.
So, and then Tyson Bagent is QB3.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do need a veteran.
A real vet. So maybe they'll be like looking for the training camp when some people get let go or whatever.
Right.
Maybe that's where they're thinking they're gonna get somebody.
I think Mitch is looking for a job.
No, he's with Buffalo.
Oh, he went back to Buffalo?
He went there like almost right away.
After Pittsburgh dropped him.
Yeah, like right after, as soon as that, it was almost immediate.
Okay.
That he went and signed there. He's a Canadian American football quarterback. He's for the Chicago Bears, Brett. He's 27.
Not a veteran. Not
till round 3. Thank you for all our information, sir. So round 3, they still, they're gonna have to look for another quarterback. I mean, they
could pick up
maybe Chase will come out of retirement.
Yeah, somebody.
Because he does need someone. I know they have a quarterback's coach, but one of the Bears' problems all the time is they don't have a vet there to help guide their rookie quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
We always have someone like Andy Dalton and Nick Foles. They were trying to get a job. They were trying to
take Mitch's job, not help.
And even when Justin Fields was there, like they weren't trying to guide Justin. At first, you remember when they got hurt, and then Justin they tried to kill him. It was against Cleveland, whichever team that was.
Yeah.
But they never have that veteran during their rookie year that will help guide them. They always have a veteran.
I'm not talking about Mike Glennon.
I was about to say, and Mike Glennon was the starter, so he wasn't trying to show Mitch anything.
Right.
And then the next year, that no one was, and then Justin last year had Tyson Bagent. Right? Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
And then the other guy, Peterman, who kept getting cut and signed.
Right.
They have to do better. And I know he's generational talent, but generational talents have people to learn from. They learn behind someone.
Absolutely. And generational
like
talent.
all of the generational talent. Yeah. Like all of them. Aaron Rodgers, he got to learn. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. They all got to learn. So there's some work. There's some work to be done.
Mr. Poles and Mr. Warren.
Good start.
Damn good start. I was sitting there waiting for them to call the wrong name at number 1. I was like, please don't do this. Like JJ McCarthy, like
what was the other one? Drake.
Drake
what was
May.
the other guy? Yeah.
Another North Carolina quarterback.
It's Drake just May. It's the Bears' way to mess it up.
Muck it up.
They finally didn't
blow this draft.
Their running back room, they have DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, and others. Wide receiver, that's good. Tight end, that's good. Offensive line. Currently, Braxton Jones, Nate Davis, Ryan Bates, Tevin Jenkins for part of the year. Darnell Wright, Larry Borum, part of the year. Matt Pryor, who are you? Coleman Shelton, who? Jatire Carter, what? Jay Curran, please. That's the
what?
And other people might know these people. That's the offensive line group. Then defensive line, we have Montez, DeMarcus Walker, Jacob Martin, Dominique Robinson, Javon Dexter, Andrew Billings, Zach Pickens, Byron Coward. Those must just be mostly special teams. It'll be, and then they said the team. Okay, so for offensive line, the team actually has starters locked in depth on the offensive line. They only have to draft this area if they want to go the best player available. Tevin Jenkins isn't going to play a whole year.
No.
Who on that list is his depth that's good? Defensive line. It'll be interesting to see if the Bears want to add more depth to the room. Still, as it is, even with 8 names in the room, they probably want to add an edge rusher, Emilio, and interior linemen to compete with or push out Robinson and Cowart.
Okay.
Let's see. Linebackers. Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell, Amen. Micah Baskerville. Amen's name I can't say. Agban Bimia. That is probably not how you say that young man's name.
Close enough.
They do not have to keep 6 linebackers, and perhaps they will elect to keep more defensive line depth. Still, as it stands, they have 6 linebackers. Then they have 6 cornerbacks. Jalen, Tyreek, Kyler, Terrell. That's a pretty good group.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need anything there. And then safeties, they have 4. Kevin, Jaquan, Jonathan, and Elijah. That's good. Specialists, they're good. They're good. So this thing says their needs. Wide receiver, they got. Defensive line, they didn't. And a third tight end. So they have 2 picks. I say they need to go defensive. I think you can find a third tight end someplace else.
Yeah.
To me, the defensive line is still on your Bears high. To me, the defensive line is more important.
Absolutely, because without that, it's literally your first line of defense, and everybody else fails without any pressure.
To me, because they have pretty good depth in most of the other things. So I don't think this should be the best available player. I think they still need to target.
They need to target. They need to go for needs.
Mm-hmm. Unless there's just no one there. And maybe someone wants their 3rd round pick and they can trade into the 2nd round. But they've done well. They've done well so far. There's not, there's always excitement every year for the Bears, even when the quarterback was blah, because
even when we drafted Kevin White.
Right. There's always excitement because it's the Bears.
It's the Bears.
Now the level
we get
of
excited about a little or nothing. However, I do think that we're excited and we have reason to be this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
I think we really have reason to be excited. Mm-hmm. But in not so exciting news, this will be our last discussion about the Bulls. Maybe we'll talk more about them.
Yeah, because we'll have a basketball guest next.
Okay, so we will talk more about them. But so obviously it's known that the Bulls are fishing right now.
And not even picking up the fish. Billy Donovan forgot the damn bait.
Unfortunate.
So they're just sitting on the boat playing with the rods.
Just playing with their rods. That
Take that how you want.
Yep. That's exactly what they're doing, playing with their own rods. So Bulls, unfortunately could not get the job done. Didn't even really compete all that well.
Not in that Heat game.
They did not look like they were. This wasn't last year's game versus the Heat, where they competed down to the end. This year, they were never in it.
And the Heat didn't even have their best player.
Right. So that was unfortunate. That was actually just a shame. Kobe struggled after having, his greatest performance to date in the first playing game against Atlanta. Kobe's good, but he just can't do it every night. And when you talk about the superstar or anchor of a team, it's because he can do it every night.
And even when there is a drop, it's not like that.
Right. Isn't right.
Like, okay, it's 42 and then 25 or 30.
Sure.
Because now the defense is playing it different. So they're not trying to let you have that 42. But
hey, Lola.
Hello there. For someone to come in the game and save them, I'm like, y'all lit. Yes.
Yeah.
They definitely y'all lit. You're right.
Yeah. Nobody to save them.
They tried to. I felt, and we talked about this. Billy Donovan and that coaching staff's inability or refusal to make adjustments from game to game, from the last time they faced the team to the next time. You saw that they were one of the first teams to show people how to play Kobe. So why is he still bringing up the ball? Kobe has also shown you throughout most of the year that he plays better off the ball.
Off the ball.
So why not start that? Ayo can bring up the ball.
Yeah.
He can do it. He can do it. Let him. Remember in the beginning, DeMar, it's like, I guess he was trying to save it up, but you're down by 20. They didn't have time for you to save it up.
It was too late.
This is a game you needed to assert yourself in the beginning.
At like immediately.
Immediately.
Damn the team and trying to let them get there. As soon as they resign Zach. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, how can you blame Zach for this year when he wasn't there most of the year? Like, I could see if he played.
Yeah.
The Bulls, maybe they regret it because now salary-wise, because now they can't pay him and DeMar $40 million. And I'm sorry, DeMar, go get your money. But $40 million?
Yeah.
And he wants multiple years. That's why he turned down the 2 years. He's looking for a longer term. So 3 years at $40 million, he'll be 37, 38.
He figured he's gonna get one more big contract.
Yeah, but not $40 million a year.
Yeah.
And the Bulls, AK said, well, if we're guaranteed to be a top 4 team, we'll go into the overdraft.
Well, how are you going to guarantee to be a top 4 team without going into the luxury tax?
The luxury tax? You have to. You're going to have to. Every other team is.
That's Ryan's.
And like you're looking at the young teams like Oklahoma City or even the Magic. Like they're young, but as soon as it's time to resign those people, they're gonna have the same problems as everybody else. You're either gonna go in the luxury tax or you're gonna lose your talent. Nobody's giving you a hometown discount.
No.
If anyone wants to keep, if they attach, they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to attach either Io or Caruso. And I'm starting to rethink, if I'm a team, I'm rethinking Caruso, because now do I want 2 injury-prone players?
Right.
Because Alex can't play a full season. And then I know he's a warrior, he plays hurt, but he is not effective once he's hurt.
Right.
He gets abused just like anyone else once he's hurt.
Tear it down. Tear it down.
I can't watch it tear down either. They're not going to tear it down. They're not going to tear it down. They'll tear it down if they get rid of AK and Mark Eversley, because they don't want to do a tear down.
Right. They may not get a tear down.
No.
They may not be granted a restart at this point.
So you trade Zach, you trade Caruso. They're probably thinking Io and they're probably goofy enough to think that Io and Kobe are their 2 stars to build around. No, they're not. They're not. If they're the only 2 that can score, it's going to be way different.
Yeah, that's going to be a lousy team.
Yeah. And so, okay, you trade Zach. You don't re-sign DeMar, so now you lost him for nothing. You trade Zach. You trade Caruso. You trade Vooch. You don't re-sign Andre Drummond.
That's a rebuild.
I know. And let's see, Kobe and Io have 2 more years, so then they'll be gone because they're not going to be good in 2 years, and they're not going to sign back up to continue the rebuild. I wouldn't.
I mean, Io might.
I don't know if he's still good though. He can get more somewhere.
That's true, unless he just loves staying home.
And I couldn't. If I'm Io, if I'm anyone, I'm not wasting my prime years on a rebuild.
Yeah.
Because by that 2 more years, that they'll be close to their prime.
Oh, Jeremy, yes. Well, please get rid of Patrick.
Isn't here, and they're not going to be able to get rid of Lonzo until someone sees him play. And that's another thing. I understand trading people, but I'm still not giving people away for a bag of balls. She's just getting past that. I know it's awful. It's awful, Lola. I'm still the type. I understand they're gonna get traded, but I'm not trading you for anything. They're gonna have to play part of the year, and then I'll send you away at the trade deadline. But I want to show people that you can give me something for Lonzo if he can come play. Zach, Zach is also going to have a motivation because he doesn't want to go to damn Detroit. Can you blame him?
Nah.
So those people will also be motivated to get the hell out of here because they know what's coming. And so maybe they'll play well. But I'm just not giving up people for nothing. Even if I just want to rebuild, I need something to rebuild with. I don't need 2026 picks. I mean, eventually, yeah, they'll be good, I guess, maybe, or you can use them to trade for something else. But the Bulls, if they tear down, they're not going to be ready. How long did it take Detroit, Oklahoma, the Magic? How long did it take all those people for their rebuild? Years.
Takes years. I mean, this was our rebuild. Like, we sat through a rebuild, and we watched years. We watched Hoiberg and Jim Boylan.
And you know what? Shame on the Bulls for wasting some players' good years with trash coaches, not even good rebuilding coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them was good for a rebuild. Jim Boylan, awful.
Ridiculous.
They would have been better off trying to get Billy Donovan at that point when everyone was young and he could have force-fed his trash on them because they were young and they would listen.
Like when he was with OKC.
Yeah, he came in where, look, they had been through some bad stuff. We're not trying to do that. We just want to win. And Billy Donovan was still trying to coach as if he had shooters.
He still tries to do
that. He's still trying to coach
like
people
can 4 or whatever this is. Yeah.
That baffled me. Oh, we just need to keep shooting threes. Okay, in the meantime, now the other team has gone on an 18-0 run.
Because you shooting threes, missing them, long rebounds.
And you don't have guards. Your guards don't like to rebound till the very end.
And you ain't got no big men to rebound, hardly.
Right. It was always Drummond and Vooch by themselves. And Torrey Craig would come in and get a rebound. And Javonte Green. This is going to be trash. I told you I'm too old for rebuilds. Yeah, they do.
They do.
They do. Though they're going to need them because unless they're willing, and they weren't willing to pay for people the last time they had a group of really good guys.
Yeah. I wonder if they learned from that.
I would hope so, because they're just going to keep doing rebuilds. They're going to get this close and rebuild every time.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, imagine if you're the Suns. They didn't do that well. I don't know why they wanted Bradley Beal.
I didn't understand that either. Like, he's only going to play a third of the season.
Mm-hmm. And he costs a lot of money.
And I thought that was a downgrade from Chris Paul to Bradley Beal. And we were right. It really was. Like, I never quite got what they were doing there.
They needed a point guard reliable. They needed a point guard who's really a point guard. Yeah. They have scores. And then they couldn't afford to pay. They weren't going to pay anybody else. So then they had to piecemeal a team together. Anyway, sorry, I'm just talking about all the teams. Oh, and see, Kobe didn't win Most Improved, and DeMar did not win. And DeMar did not win.
DeMar didn't get clutch. Most clutch.
Just losers all the way around.
Just L's. Just caught mad L's this week.
Everywhere you turn, they just caught an L.
Fucking Bulls.
Yeah. Well, we figured it was gonna be Tyrese Maxey, and it was. And it was Steph Curry for the clutch.
Which, like, okay. Yeah,
it's hard to argue with either one of them.
No.
You wanted your guys, and I thought Kobe was gonna get it, but no, I didn't. I thought it was Tyrese Maxey. I wanted Kobe, but I always thought it was Tyrese.
Yeah.
And they were beating the Knicks. I don't know if they're still beating them. Oh, and Joel Embiid only has like half a leg. He has 1.5 legs right now.
Yep. As per usual. There's always something wrong with him.
He is. It's like he's so big and just awkward and gets hurt.
Awkward, and he lands funny all the
Yes,
time.
Stacey King always talks about the way he needs to learn how to fall.
Yeah.
Because it's like he takes out people. So yeah, they beat the Knicks. They lead. New York leads the series 2-1. The Magic won. Cleveland leads their series 2-1. And right now the Lakers are playing the Nuggets. They're down 2-0. Let's go Nuggets.
Let's go Nuggets.
Make quick work out of them. Hey, since my team can't win, I'm just gonna hate on everybody.
Hate on everybody else. That's all we got.
That's the Chicago way.
The Chicago haters.
Need to get some uniforms made.
Right. hate.
That's all we got. We just
Can Stacey replace that on Stacey King? He can't do any worse, I figure.
No. And that's one of the things like don't worry, Chicago Sky. Oh yeah, that's right.
That's Chicago Sky. I don't know.
Yeah, that is
gonna be doing Sky Spit soon.
Right. Thank you for reminding us about the goodness in the city, Jerry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We do have some good basketball, some exciting basketball coming our way.
On the up. Have won a championship
recently.
This century.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna have the two most popular basketball players in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good call there, Jeremy. Thank you. Because it's Bulls.
This bullshit is.
So the Bulls next year are going to be it's going to be a team of DeMar, Patrick Williams, Booch, Drummond, Caruso, Kobe, Ayo, Zach, Lonzo, Carter, Craig, and the rest.
So they're gonna run it back, you think?
All the way back. Now, in January, it may look different. That's my prediction. Although most people are saying that they're focused on trading Zach in the offseason, like right away. But as Jeremy mentioned, with him not being healthy, you have to attach somebody because the team's going to want something. And if I'm a team, depending on the team, do you want Ayo or do you want Caruso? I kind of want Ayo for durability.
And scoring.
Yeah, he's a better scorer. But Caruso can be the engine for your team.
Absolutely. You know, when we're talking about, we're holding these guys in higher regard than we should be, I feel like. Well, that's because the team is.
Yeah, that's all we got. It is. We're all the tallest midgets. Yeah. Well, and then we sell them like that because we're just trying to get something for them.
That's all we got.
Like, yeah, I mean, a lot of teams really wanted Alex Caruso. The Warriors really wanted him. But you weren't going to get, like, the Bulls asked for first round picks. They asked for something ridiculous for Alex Caruso, and that's why he was still with the team. Even what they wanted from Detroit for Zach, Detroit said, we'll give you this. We're not giving you them.
Right.
You know, we want our young guys because they wanted Zach to be, because the Detroit, they are a couple of veterans short of being able to compete because they have talent, but they're just their IQ.
Jeremy, that's not running your back. I don't know, Jeremy.
I mean, Jeremy, even if they just trade Zach, so you're still looking at a 9th seed team
at best.
And they trade Zach, they're not going to get much because no one even knows if he's healthy. So you trade Zach and you bring back everybody else. What's the difference? Because you got to see this team without Zach and without Patrick Williams. So you already know what you got once they're gone. And
you got arguably the same exact thing when they're here.
Right. and as great as well as Io started playing, Alex Caruso offensively, Kobe White, you still only won 39 games.
Pitiful.
So unless it's either they're gonna have to they got to get rid of everybody then.
I mean, I don't think there's really any fixing this team and turning this team into a contender.
I think you'd have to. I think you would need a new coach with a new philosophy to actually coach this team. This team isn't a 3-point team.
So, do you think this team could? Yeah, but it's like, how do you win and not be a 3-point team in today's NBA?
Well, you would think, you would hope, maybe. Because maybe if you're trading Zach and somebody, maybe you're trying to get someone's hidden sharpshooter coming off the bench. Like, okay, so even some of the free agents, Paul George isn't coming here. Because number one, he's making 30-something million now. One of the reasons why, several reasons, but one of the big reasons they want to trade Zach is because he's making 40. So that means you're not bringing in another star if you're worried about someone being paid 40 million because you need to pay DeMar 40 million. And so you can't, that would be all. Okay, Donovan Mitchell, maybe Trae Young.
Trae Young does not help this team.
But, no, because I mean, Jeremy, aren't you tired of all the 6'5", 6'3", 6'4" guards?
Undersized guards.
We have enough of those. I don't know who does Cleveland want to give up Donovan Mitchell? Who are the Bulls giving up for Donovan Mitchell?
Who do we give up?
Who do we have? It's not Zach.
I mean, and Cleveland's a playoff team.
Yeah.
Why?
I know Donovan Mitchell. I know Donovan Mitchell wants. I think he's not going to resign or something. He doesn't want to resign. So I think that's why they're considering trading him. But the Bulls don't have anything they would want, really. Nothing.
I don't think there's much of a market for Zach right now.
Because he's not healthy. He has 2 more
years.
That
is to wait till the trade deadline and hope that he showed you something.
Hope that he's healthy.
Part of the season.
I mean, because re-signing people with numbers similar to his or a little more than his, they're all going to be making 40 million or something. Like, that's the going rate.
Yeah.
So
player of that caliber. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're the salary issue with Zach is that he can't stay healthy. You understand someone who is a dynamic offensive player and who can score 20 plus per game, you're going to pay 40. But he isn't healthy enough to justify the 40. So that's the problem. So to justify the 40, and then you have to do salary for salary. So the Bulls aren't going to lose $40 million when they trade him. They're still taking on $40 million because you have to. We would love Donovan Mitchell, Jeremy. I just don't know who the Bulls have that Cleveland wants.
Yeah. We don't have. We're not gonna. Assuming this team comes back, we're not gonna have any good draft picks.
No, because they gave up draft picks for Vooch and for DeMar. And you understand why they did it at that time because they brought in here we go with this damn Lonzo Ball thing, but it's true. When he was there, they were the top team in the East. So the both trades looked great at that moment.
For 5 minutes.
Right. But then once he went down and there was no one to pick it up for him, and they couldn't coach and they couldn't play without him, then that's when all the losing the draft picks looked bad. Some people question giving them up, But then what they saw when they played, it was like, oh, okay,
I
maybe
mean,
it'll
it
be all
seemed
right.
fine.
Yeah.
It was like worth it. They were like executives of the year for 5
Right.
minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So I, you know, he has a player option. Donovan Mitchell has a player option ahead of the 2025-26 season. And the Cavs owner thinks, I mean, he can think what he wants, but he thinks Donovan Mitchell will extend.
is that Dan Gilbert still?
And then one NBA executive says that the Donovan Mitchell trade buzz is very real. A few teams have the pressure on them this postseason than the Cleveland Cavaliers face because of Donovan Mitchell. He has 1 year left at $35.4 million. And then if he can become a free agent. The Cavaliers are going to put a max contract extension on the table for him for 4 years at $199 million, depending on the salary cap. The Cavaliers thinks he will resign, but the rumors are that he won't, and that some teams are going to clear out a bunch of assets for him. And one of the teams that is a favorite is his hometown Knicks.
Oof.
Yeah. So they think, if they fail the first, second round of the playoffs, Mitchell's going to force his way out. And, but the rumors that are very real are the Knicks. And they have things to trade, people. They have guys to trade. Donovan Mitchell, you'd have Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson.
That's a hell of a cornerstone.
And the Bulls will have DeMar, Zach, and
God, we are in sports hell. We're in sports hell. I tell you. But I tell you what, speaking of sports hell, all right, welcome back and welcome to Plunked.
That Sammy picture will forever crack me up.
The Cougars are more expensive than the White Sox. Yeah, well, yeah.
That's a guffaw, not just a chuckle, Jeremy. Oh, wow. So, okay. Is that, I see the pictures where they have the cutouts. Is that real? That's someone just making a joke, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think so.
Because that's hilarious when I see those cutouts. I mean, I couldn't imagine that they actually did it, but that's hilarious with the cutouts.
I tell you, they got some cutouts in that dugout for sure. Oh. I think Pedro's a cutout.
Well, okay.
It's not all his fault.
I was about to say,
he just has lousy players.
Oh my gosh. I just would ask, can you just fire me? I think I'd ask to be fired.
Yeah, or I'd like, please, I'd step down. Like, I mean, this is...
I'd rather prove myself someplace else. I'd get back into being an assistant, work my way up. I just couldn't continue. This is, I mean, he's not a quitter, but
this is historically bad.
they have what, 3 wins?
3 wins,
22 losses?
22 losses.
Jeez, that's slow. You know, and you know,
Jeez. I
we
mean,
have
they're not even barely losing. They are losing by good amounts. They are like convincingly losing games. Like everybody is better than them every day. So last week I focused on our disappointing first baseman.
Okay.
Who actually, I think he went 2 for 4 today.
Okay. Okay.
You know, raising his batting average to 170.
Okay. Good for him.
Yes, Lola, we know. Yes. Have to rub it in. Like, I know how terrible they are. I know the records that are being set.
You know, as a Cubs fan, this isn't even like joyful, you know? This
Right.
is like too bad. It's
like, God, like you guys are disgusting.
just
Like
remember that year when the Cubs were like 0 for 14. Like it was funny at first, but then it's like, oof.
Like you still wearing like the name Chicago on your jersey.
Right.
Like you still have to like feel some kind of way about that, even if you're a Cubs fan.
Because it's more fun when it really is more fun in the city when they're both doing well, and then you're gonna see who's in the playoffs at the end.
Yeah, which never happens, but
No.
like it
But like even when they're competitive for a little while, and it's like, oh, okay. But this record breaking,
like, and talk about a group of unlikable guys. Like there's nobody that you really like on the team. You know, like Luis, he's good, but he doesn't have any personality.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does. He just doesn't really speak English. That would probably account for that.
Well, even if he said some interesting things with a heavy accent, you could go with that.
Sammy couldn't talk half the time, and he had personality.
Yeah. Again, I mean, he speaks English.
Yeah, you can't shut him up.
Right. You still sometimes can't understand him, but it was a personality. But maybe it's hard to have a personality when because the Cubs were bad forever. And there were still personalities.
They still have personality.
Yeah.
You like Kopech until there's Kopech. He's just another disappointing story.
How's he doing now?
And they're coming out of the bullpen. Not particularly well. He's had moments of pure brilliance and just other moments of just being Kopech. And
I don't know what they're gonna do. Remember, it was like getting some assets at the trade deadline, but who? The people.
Anything, I think if God, yeah, I was gonna say if Eloy is able to walk by the trade deadline, maybe they could get something for him. But no word on a Moncada or a Robert return. It's gonna be a while.
Oh, they got me all choked up over here. Let's see. Crochet's still doing well, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Paul DeYoung's going to be your trade asset.
Oh God. Gavin Sheets.
Grafal is still focused on White Sox turnaround. White Sox turnaround, not his job security.
I think they might be connected, Pedro. They should be.
They had an 0-7 road trip.
Oof.
4-game sweep.
There's been a lot of sweeps. Like they have been. Let's go back. Let's take a look at the schedule so far. Okay, they started out the year swept by Detroit. They won one against Atlanta somehow. Swept by Kansas City.
4 games.
Won one in Cleveland. Swept by Cincinnati. Won a game against Kansas City. Swept by Philadelphia. Swept by Minnesota today. I mean, they are so bad. Like they're not just losing series; they're just getting swept left and right. Like they're on pace to win like 20 games or something this year. Like, I mean, like there's no hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've been in 8 series this year so far and have been swept in 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 8 series have been sweeps. They almost beat Minnesota. No, they didn't. They did not almost beat Minnesota.
What was it? Well, because they lost 5-6. That's why.
They lost 7-0, 6-5. I mean,
what he's saying is they blew it in the 9th.
Yeah, Minnesota. I mean, yeah, because you knew they would. Like they are so bad. They can't hold. There's no way they can hold on to a lead. They don't have anybody. They don't have the pitching. They don't have the hitting. They don't have the coaching. They don't have anything. So enough about them.
They don't have anything.
The Northsiders.
Well, we've had some bad news. Cody being out with his
busted rib.
Yeah.
However, the silver lining came today with a Pete Crow Armstrong dinger.
Yeah, got his first hit ever in the majors. He's got I want to see him because he was not doing that well in the minors. He was only hitting like 203.
Yeah.
So that is the silver lining, and it'd probably be even better if you didn't miss Seiya as well. Like,
yeah.
But hey, Pete, this is your PCA. This is your chance.
This is your shot, buddy. I mean, it really was concerning that he's only cracking 200 in AAA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a concern.
Yeah, but hey, you're up. Do your thing. We already know the defense is there, so he's hitting 56 for his career in the regular season.
56.
1 home run, 3 RBI, 2 stolen base, OPS of 412. But it's only 18 at bat. So, but right now in 2024, he's hitting 250, 1 home run, 2 RBI.
Hey, Deb.
Oh,
Mets 62 Mets will lost 120 games. Yeah, that could happen easily. I would. There's no reason to believe that won't happen. This team is not going to get better than what they are. This is going to be this all year. and they could lose 140 games at this
Mm.
speed.
There's some it's a little amazing kind of how well the Cubs their record is considering 4 blown saves by Advert. Christopher Morel has just woof. Kyle Hendricks is on the IL. Saw that coming. You saw that IL coming. Not really, Bush been good.
Michael Bush has been
but
a great
people are also
so far.
they're coming back down to earth. Tachman right now, so like they keep getting people hot at certain points. Horner was bad. Now he's
hot. He's real hot.
Right. Tachman's 298. He's hot. Hap 238. He fell. Bush 266. He's starting to come back down. Swanson has never really had it. He's at 236. Madrigal, man, do you expect much? 233.
Magical is magical.
Right. Amaya, this is probably what you'll get at him, 250. Canario, you're not expecting that much. But then you have like Morel, who has fallen, like he's at 100 something, one something. After me saying you gotta have his bat, well, he has fallen apart. But I think he keeps doing this, and you expect that he's gonna have bad times. But it's really amazing. They get timely hitting. It's not consistent hitting, but it's timely. And
that matters. That matters more than
they get the right people hot at the right time.
Yeah, that matters more than high batting averages. That timely hitting. We've seen teams with high batting averages but leave men on bases all day. So right now, are they tied for first yet?
They're like some percentage points back.
Okay, I think they had one extra loss over.
Yeah. Milwaukee, I think. Yeah, so Milwaukee's 16, so they're half a game back. Milwaukee's 16-8, they're 16-9.
Okay.
And then Cincinnati 14-11, Pittsburgh 13-13. So, and then St. Louis bringing up the rear again for now.
So what are you guys missing? What are the Cubs missing?
Bullpen starters. That's the main bullpen starters, and they're missing consistency from third base, from shortstop. Cody was coming around. Seiya had been hot. And you're missing consistency from. I don't expect much from the catcher position. Excuse me. Amaya's been doing well. 250 for them and some occasional hits. You'll take that. Bush is, hopefully Bush he won't fall too much. Horner, fine with him. It's fine with Seiya. I need to see that Cody will continue, whenever he gets back. But for right now, PCA. Stay above average. But I need more consistency, and I need more doubles, home runs from Ian Happ. You're a left fielder. I need more from you. I need way more from Christopher Morel. Like, he was so hot. And now you're garbage. I still like you as a player. And I always need to see more out of Dansby Swanson. He's the highest paid.
Yeah.
I need more from you because you're the highest paid. And so, yes, you have way more. There are way more expectations. There's way more expected from you than anybody else because I think you got the highest contract ever or something for a Cubs player. Yeah, and then he's made some not that great defensive plays so far. So I don't know if there's something wrong, but I definitely need more from him. And that bullpen. Now maybe Neris is getting ready to snatch the closer. And then after Shada and Maybe Ben Brown, like that starting pitching is iffy to me. Justin Steele is ramping up, so maybe he'll be back. But you don't know if he's going to be Justin Steele. You hope that injury doesn't bother him the rest of the year. I'm kind of okay with being done with Kyle Hendricks. Appreciate everything you did, Professor, but we're getting near the end.
Might be time to move on.
Yeah. I thought it was before they signed him. I
Yeah,
think it was a nostalgic thing. So there's still some problems. And eventually this timely hitting is going to go away and they're going to need to rely more on their pitching. And I don't know if it's going to be there. Their starters, if anyone else has been paying attention to, they can't like give them many innings. He has to go to that bullpen so fast. Now, in the beginning, it was him. He was pulling people after 5, but now so many of them can't make it. So
still trying to last look.
Sammy's. What is he doing now? Who's he with? How's he pitching now?
St. Louis.
Oh, that's yeah.
So you know what their record is.
Oh my gosh.
Too many hammy Sammies.
Yeah, I wonder if he's probably still eating some
Oh yeah, he looks a mess.
Does he really?
Yeah, he looks worse. Yeah, Jeremy, I remember when Steve Stowe mentioned him. I heard that live on the score when he mentioned him eating some salads.
And then his wife get mad. Like it was
everybody got mad, I guess.
Yeah. But he's 280. So he's probably actually 300.
Right.
He's 6'5", 280.
He's a big boy.
Right now he's he's not that bad. He's 5 games, 1-0, 281 ERA.
All right.
26 strikeouts.
How many walks?
Let's see. Stat. I just had the little thing. Well, where is it here? Walks. He has none. None.
That can't be right.
Wait. Sorry. 10. Okay. I was looking at intentional walks.
Okay.
10 walks, 26 home runs. He's hit 1 batter, 4 home runs. He's had 8 earned runs, 25 hits, over 25, so a hit per inning.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Well,
not
you know what
bad
they say.
For Hammy Sammy.
You know what they say. You can't pull fat.
Well, you can't. Maybe everybody just has some Hammy Sammies.
Need some more Hammy Sammies.
I think Isaiah must need them so he doesn't keep pulling his damn oblique.
Same with Moncada.
Yeah.
And
I don't know
and Luis. More Hammy Sammies.
So they don't fall apart running to first base.
I'm gonna be using that all day tomorrow. Hammy Sammies.
Hammy Sammies. And you gotta say it like that. You gotta really Hammy Sammies. I might want a Hammy Sammy now.
I'm kind of hungry too. I got a bad tooth.
So you have a bad tooth?
Eating isn't enjoyable right now.
You need a root canal.
No, I have my implant came loose. The crown came loose. And my dentist isn't back until the beginning of the week. So I got all weekend to deal with this shit.
Ooh. Make a paste. Try making a paste and look it up. It's cinnamon honey. That's a Gaga thing. A paste of cinnamon honey and put it on there. It's supposed to help. with pain.
Really?
You heard it here, Plunksters.
All right.
It's a pace. I mean, it does help. I'm not saying it will go away completely, but it has helped.
I mean, it doesn't really hurt. It's just this big loose, 'cause I mean, it's an implant, so there's no nerve.
It doesn't hurt. Oh, okay. Then don't
So
worry.
it's uncomfortable as hell.
Mm. You get some crazy glue like Papa used to do.
I know, right?
Crazy glue your teeth.
Might have to. Cubs, Mets coming up soon.
Bring it. What's the Mets? That's what Deb said. Bring it. What's the Mets? The Mets
won about
record
9 games. What are they?
13. Oh, they're 13 and 11.
Oh, snap.
That's why Deb's talking trash. Okay, her team's over 500.
They came out the gate struggling, but they've picked it up.
Okay. All right.
My God, even Oakland is better than us. Oakland has won 10 games.
Yeah, they start on the 29th. 4 games.
Christ. Here or New York?
They're in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the worst, right?
Who, the Sox?
Sox.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Worse than all the majors.
That's bad when Oakland's better. Yeah, even Miami.
Yeah, I mean, hell, the Cubs dropped 2 to Miami.
Sure did.
That shouldn't have happened.
No.
So the Sox are sitting at 3-22. The next worst team is sitting at 6-20, which is Miami Marlins. So they have doubled the Sox wins.
And then I think after that it might be Colorado.
Actually Houston. Because Colorado, Houston and Colorado have the same record, 7-19. Can't say that I'm not happy about Houston finally losing. Damn Houston.
They looked pretty bad.
They look bad against the Cubs, yeah.
They did.
Good. The Houston trash cans. Well, with that saying, what do we got next week, Kristen?
Next week, joining us is former coach, one of the coaches with the Cleveland Cavaliers and a former college coach at Colorado, Sam Jones.
Basketball, that is.
Basketball. I'm sorry. Yes, basketball. Excuse me. So we'll finish out talking about maybe a little bit about what's happening in basketball. He'll tell us a few stories with his coaching days, and maybe he can give us an idea of what the hell the Bears, Bulls can do. And if then we'll talk some more about some baseball.
All right. Maybe the Sox will win a game.
I predict the Sox, or by the time we talking in, they would have won 2 games.
So they forfeit one of their wins and go back to 2 wins over the 3? Or are you saying they're going to win 2 in the next week?
They're going to win 2 in the next week.
I think there's a better chance that they forfeit one of their wins.
Let's see. By the time we talk again, because we talk on the 2nd, they'll play Tampa Bay and Minnesota. Well, they could beat Tampa Bay.
I smell a couple of sweeps.
Oh, Tampa Bay's 13-13.
I smell a couple of sweeps coming.
I smell 2 wins, one against Tampa Bay and one against Minnesota. Jeremy said they almost beat Minnesota.
Just ugly. Losing ugly.
Were they the winning ugly? Who was the winning ugly team?
They were winning ugly team. That was from the 80s.
Remember, it was change the game, let the kids play.
Damn. Came and went so fast. Well, with that being said, Plunksters, Bull Spitters, thank you all for joining us. It's been a blast. And we're going to keep this thing going. We'll talk more about all of our favorite Chicago teams next week. Thank you all for joining us.
Good
Have
night.
a good night.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.